Hey, in today's video, I wanted to talk about 4 of the most popular strategies to launch software products. So the first strategy is the big bang product launch. In this one, what you want to do is just one event where you launch your product to your whole audience in one go. You want to do this to maximize the noise or the attention that you are going to get from those people that are your potential customers. This has been very commonly used by hardware manufacturers like tech manufacturers from iPhones or different smartphone manufacturers, cars as well. And still in software products is something that it's done, but maybe not to the degree that it used to be done in the past. In the past, it was probably the most common way of doing it. This you can still see with things like Microsoft Windows or Apple's iOS, that they still do this big launch to everybody in the same time. And there are still many B2B companies that are taking this approach, especially with desktop products. Nowadays, with SaaS products, probably not so much. The good thing with this one is that it builds momentum and is very good for products that have a high expectation that people have been waiting for. Software products that are still doing this kind of launch very often are games, software games, so your computer games typically, or your PS or PlayStation or Xbox or whatever you're using. Those are still some of the products out there that are still using this one. Of course, this type of launch can be more expensive to manage, can be more difficult to manage because it's a big event as such, and also it can be more prone to problems if the launch is not smooth. If you have problems when you're launching, for example, people cannot log in or people cannot do certain things that they should be able to do with your product. These things unfortunately happen more often than not, something to be careful with. The second strategy, and probably one of my favorite ones, is a soft launch. A soft launch, in principle, what you want to do is that you don't want to do a very big noise the first time that you launch your product. You want to launch your product to a smaller audience, and not necessarily the whole audience of everybody that could be working with your product in the future. The benefits of this one is that you can control much more the effects how you are going to do that launch. You are doing it very targeted, so you are not trying to maybe do it for everybody that could be using your product, but just a niche of those users. So think, for example, that you are doing a product that it's for, engineers and architects, or whatever, and you are focusing just on one of these personas that are going to benefit from that product. This is very important because then you're doing that tailor-made launch for them. The product is ready for them. The product can expand in the future. This way, you are starting to test the launch, test the product. Very important, I think, also from my point of view, that you start to get the product out there, start to get feedback and getting better over time. And this is something that different principles like Agile, Lean Startup, and so on promote, that you want to slowly add more and more value to your product. Soft launch helps you to do this. And what you want to do with this is that you want to gather feedback from your customers and do improvements on the product based on real use or real usage of your product. I know one of the advantages of this method is that I think that it allows the audience or the customers or the users to be much more engaged, because they understand that this is a smaller launch, that the company wants to hear from me. The company actually is looking for my feedback and seeing what I see are the benefits, what are the areas of improvements for the product. This is something that it allows you to create a buzz, even if it's a small one, but it can grow because you have a much more engaged audience potentially than in other product launches. The next product launch strategy is the rolling launch. The rolling launch, what you're going to do is that you are going to periodically release versions of your product that are either targeting bigger audiences or adding more value to existing audiences. And you can also use this to address different markets, for example, geographical areas that you had not taken into account in the beginning. For example, supporting a language or supporting local needs of localization of your product. The purpose of this one is that it helps you manage the needs of different audiences of your product in a much easier way than trying to align them and launch them all in one go compared to the big bang launch. Advantages of this one is that it allows you also to do a targeted market for those audiences that you are launching and also gather the feedback from them, gather the feedback from those users and see what is working, what is not, what you can improve in the future, and how potentially you are going to be able to expand to different audiences. You are much more connected to the reality of the usage of your product. And the fourth strategy is the viral launch. With this strategy, you want to leverage your presence in different social media or word of mouth of how much people actually know about you, your product, your company, your business. And what you want to do with this is that you want to make the kind of biggest noise and get the highest adoption of your product as soon as possible. So basically, you want your product to go viral. The goal of this one is that you want to again leverage the connections that you have, the people, the followers that like you, that like your product or like that potential product that you are building, and that they are going to be early adopters. And by being early adopters, loving your product, they are going to spread the message to the rest of the people. They're going to share this product that they have found out that is solving their problems, that is actually being entertaining, or solving their needs, whatever it is that your product is doing, and they're going to share with others. And you want that this way, this is like a snowball effect that is rolling and getting bigger and bigger all the time, and you are reaching more and more people in, let's say, in an exponential manner. What are the advantages of this one? Is you can get to grow exponentially your product through this viral growth. You also are leveraging the potential of the community that you have built over years or in the past. And also it's a cost-effective way of actually doing marketing to promote your product because you are using the channels that you already have established over the years. Of course, you could say that establishing those channels, establishing those communities have cost you money in the past, either in actual money or in time, which is usually money, no? But in reality, this is going to be cheaper than doing a launch of a product, at least when you think about a one lump sum price. So what does this mean for your product launch or for software product? In practice, what happens is that you don't have to pick one over the other. You can combine them. And depending on the audience that you have, it might be that something like a soft launch with rolling releases or rolling launches is something that's going to work for you because, for example, let's say that you have a SaaS product. Well, in those cases, rarely you are going to do a big launch. Of course, you can do a big bang and do a big bang launch for a SaaS product, but they're not that common. Usually, SaaS products are often changing and often being launched to the point that some of them are being launched pretty much many times per day. If you think about something like Google search, that's something that is changing all the time. Even if you don't notice it, the changes are very minor, are very focused for certain maybe areas or maybe personas. And this is why you have to first understand who you're serving, what are your product value proposition, what is the industry where you're working. Some industries are going to be used more to very often releases and products changing quite, let's say, over time quite often. Or some other industries are going to want that the products don't change very often, something that is especially true if you work with something like governmental. Although things are changing, the world is changing, and they understand more that changes in the product are kind of a must nowadays and relatively often changes. But there are still products out there that might be launching one version per year, or even maybe one version and one maintenance version per year or something like that, a service pack, whatever you want to call it. That is something that happens. I think that, for example, something like Premiere Pro still has these relatively big launches every now and then. So study your audience, study and understand what they are doing, what are their needs and what they're used to, and where could you be changing the industry, because there's always room to change the industry, and sometimes it's good. So what about you? What are the typical product launches that you do for the software products that you are working with? Share those with us in the comments down below. If you want to know more about how to do a product launch for your software product or any other product for that matter, go check out this video. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel because I love talking about software products. I will see you in the next one. Remember, stay safe.